And now what we are going to do is to attach this pocket to the front panel of our bag. So here's the front panel of my bag. Now here is how I'm going to put my pocket. This is the first row, and this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth and the fifth. I'm going to take these 5 rows and I'm going to put my bag after pocket after these 5 rows like this. And from this side, this is the first stitch, this is the second stitch, and this is the third stitch. So I'm going to use these 3 stitches away and I'm going to put it after these 3 stitches like here. This is the stitch number 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And I'm going to put it after 3 stitches here. Just the same way I'm going to do it here, and here would be just 2 rows. This is the row 1 and this is the row 2, and I'm going to put it here just like this. So yeah, place your pocket in the right position, and if you want you can pin it down in this position using safety pins or stitch markers, but I decided not to use it. Now I'm going to use this thread again. If you want you can go with this yarn as well. I think this would be better, but since I didn't have the needle that would fit this yarn, so I'm going to use the thread. So using this thread, and I'm going to put it in this place. This is the stitch 1, this is the stitch 2, and this is the third one, and I'm going to put it here just like this. Put it in the place, right, and then pick your needle and put it down there just like this. So here I have finally attached this pocket to the front panel of my bag, and this is how it looks finally. See, there's this elevation and it looks perfect the way I wanted it to be. This is how I stitched my chain together, and yeah, this is how it looks from the hindsight. And now it's time to add these handles to this part, and let's make it more sensible. So for this I'm going to use these. This is the first stitch, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. I'm going to skip these 5 stitches and I'm going to place my handle over the 6th stitch here, and similarly from this side I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th, and I'm going to put it over the 6th one, 6th stitch like this, and I'm going to stitch it all together here and here. This whole portion I'm going to stitch flat, this portion which is going to be over this pocket. I'm going to do it and I'll meet you when I attach these 2 together. So I have attached these nicely to my panel, and I did the same to the back part as well. These are nice and tight. This is how it looks from the back portion. And now what we are going to do is we are going to roll this part and stitch it together, this part, and we are going to have a round handle like this. So I'm going to show you how to do it in this part. So here we have these panels together. I'm going to pinch these together like this, and I'm going to stitch them just like this. Pull it nice and tight. You see, I'm going to start off with this point a little above the final stitches, and I'm going to stitch it all together just like this so that they are round. Just keep on doing this and you'll have a nice round shaped handle by the end of the row, the stitches. So yeah, I have done this part as well, and you see this part is really round and it's tighter to hold on to. And yeah, I have got both the pieces together, and this is how it looks together, put up. So now I'm going to attach the strap together with this panel. So I'm going to first place my strap and this panel together like this, and I'm going to use a 4mm crochet hook and this white color yarn. So for this, I'm going to start off with putting my hook into this first chain and similarly onto this first chain of the strap. Now I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm going to pull through it like this, and I'm going to make a chain like this, and then I'm going to insert my hook here, and I'm going to insert my hook into the strap as well, and then I'm going to pull the yarn like this, and I'm going to make a slip stitch like this, and then I'm going to make a chain, and then onto this next space and the next space of the strap as well. Then I'm going to pull the yarn and make a slip stitch like this, and then I'm going to chain one now onto this next space here and of the strap as well, and I'm going to make a slip stitch like this. Then again I'm going to chain one onto this next space and onto this next space in my strap. Then I'm going to pull the yarn through and make a slip stitch, and I'm going to chain one like this. You see the pattern forming, and this is how it's going to look from this side. So this way I'm going to stitch it together for this whole part. So I have reached the bottom, and this is how it looks now. Now we are going to get our bottom strap, and I'm going to show you how you join these two together. So first, you made your last chain here, and now you are going to chain one more here. Then grab the strap and put it in the place here like this, in the place. Now onto the same loop you have previously worked on, go put your loop in the same chain and into the first chain of your strap and do the same thing. Make a slip stitch and then a single crochet like this. Then continue the similar way onto this next chain and the next space of your strap and make a slip stitch like this and make a chain, and onto this next chain and onto this next chain, make a slip stitch and make a single crochet. Again onto this next space and make a slip stitch and a chain. Just like this, you are going to repeat this thing all over here and attaching the next strap here. So you see, I am done with stitching all these straps together with my front panel, and now it's making sense to you, I guess. And now it is the time to join the back panel as well. So what we are going to do is the same thing that we did, but this time this is the back portion that we stitched right away. And for this part I'm going to tell you what you are going to do with these ends. So I'm going to take this and this remaining tail. If you don't have that, you can use a yarn or the thread to stitch it together. All I'm going to do is insert my hook here, and I'm going to stitch it together just like this. Don't worry, it's secure and safe, and if you feel like you need to do more, go ahead and stitch it together with a yarn or thread maybe. You do it like this. nice and tight, and you pull it through here and you make a slip knot, or maybe you stitch together here with your yarn. So I'm going to do with this tail together, I'm going to make a knot and one more knot, and later on I'm going to weave it in with my project, maybe for the later part. So this is the hind side of my project, this is the back part, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the white yarn and the 4mm crochet hook, and I'm going to insert into this first chain here, just the way we did in the earlier part, and we are going to take the first chain of our strap here. I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to make a chain. A chain like this, and then onto this loop and the loop on the other end here, and I'm going to make a slip stitch like this, and I'm going to chain one, and together with those two loops I'm going to make another slip stitch and a chain one, and I'm going to continue this the similar way I did in the previous part. Make sure you are stitching it tight enough because it is going to give you really nice look and your bag is going to be really stable. And now continue doing this. It is just a similar way we did in this portion of our project. So we are going to repeat the same thing here, all the way here and this whole row. I'll meet you back when I'm done with this. So I am completed with this stitching part, and I have added this white strap to the back portion as well, and this is how it looks at the end. Look, and this is how it looks from this portion. Yeah. So before we proceed, we are going to add linings inside, and these are my lining parts. These are the panels, and these are the straps. See? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch these parts together like this, and then this part here like this. Okay? I'm going to stitch it all over just the way I stitched my bag, and it's going to be at the bottom like this. I'm going to stitch it all together, and then I'm going to add this lining to my bag. So yeah, I have stitched it all together, and this is how it looks from the inside. It is the perfect shape and size of my bag. So now it is the time to stitch it together with my bag. So this is my bag. Make sure that anything inside your loose ends, weave them in. I have already done that, so there's no tails or anything sticking out of my bag. And about these, I have decided that I am going to just make them like this. So I'm going to use my crochet hook, and I'm going to work from there. Just make them the spiral loops like this. And then it's going to be like this, and I'm going to do the same thing in this part as well. So I made it here as well like this. So now it is the time to add the lining of this. So I'll take my lining like this, and it's the inside out, and then I'm going to place it just inside my bag like this. like this. It is in the place like this, and it is at the same bottom as I wanted it to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a needle and thread like this, and I'm going to stitch it all over this place like this. I'm going to stitch it all together like this. If you want, you can use safety pins to secure your lining together with your work, and it's going to look like this. So I'll meet you back when I am done with stitching these parts together with my bag. I'm going to stitch this line together with my bag. Here I have attached the lining to the bag, and this is how it looks from the inside. You can see there's a plenty of space out there, and these are the stitches that I made. So now I'm going to add the zipper to my bag here. So for that, I have already made some holes to my zipper with my crochet hooks because I'm going to stitch it together with my bag using this yarn. If you have a yarning needle which is suitable enough for this yarn, go ahead, and you don't need to add these holes to it. So for that, now I'm going to place my zipper above my bag like this, and I'm going to see how long I want it to be. I'm going to use safety pins to secure my chain in the place. So this way I have tried to attach my zipper with the bag using safety pins. So here are the safety pins, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch my zipper to the bag using this yarn in this place together. For this, I'm using a smaller hook for 4mm. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook like here. I have made holes previously here, so it's not going to be a problem. But if you didn't want to make holes already, it's okay. Your yarn will be through these holes very easily, so don't worry. So I'm going to insert my hook here, and I'm going to put this yarn and pull through the yarn. It can be a little tricky, but don't worry, carry on, and it's going to work like this. And now I'm going to go into the next stitch, and I'm going to do the same and I'm going to pull through like this, and I'm going to make a slip stitch just this way onto this next, and I'm going to pull through and make a slip stitch like this onto the next one. Next chain, I'm going to insert my hook inside, and I'm going to pull through like this. This is how we are going to carry on. You see, this is how it looks from the hindsight, and we are going to carry on with this. So there's this thing, you see, this is coming in between our stitches. I don't want to do it this way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull through. I'm going to insert my hook beneath this white stitches, and okay, and I'm going to pull this loop through this here, and now I shall continue my stitches like this. So here's the mid portion of my zipper, and I'm going to insert my hook here like this and make a slip stitch. You see, it is clean as ever, and yeah, it works well. So go ahead and do the same. Now on to the next side. We have done a stitch here. Now we are going to do it in this side, and make a slip stitch. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah. Now I'm going to test it by closing the zipper. Now you see, this is how it looks after the stitching is done, and this way I'm going to follow through this whole thing. So I'm going to continue doing these slip stitches with the zipper all over this line here with my safety pins together intact. Yeah, so I'll meet you back when I'm done with these stitches. So finally I am done with stitching the chain with the back and hook. This is how it turned out to be. Now I'm going to take a thread and a needle, and I'm going to weave in these ends of zipper together with the bag so that they don't cause any problem in the later part. I'm going to do the same to the other side as well. So we are just going to take our needle and thread, and I'm going to stitch it around like this. Just simple. So I have weaved these ends together with the inner lining of this bag, and yes, it is done, and the zippers are nice and tight. See? Now we are going to move on to the next part. Since this part looks really not good enough, so I decided to add a little more things to it. So starting with, I'm going to add a little bit of kind of a border here. So for that, I'm going to use this white yarn. I'm going to use this 4mm crochet hook because I want it to be smaller and more like, you know, cleaner finish. So like this, I've made 18 chains for this. Now I'm going to make my row. For that, I'm going to chain 1 and skip this chain, and on to the next I'm going to do a slip stitch like this. Then on to the next I'm going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over onto this next chain, and I make a half double crochet like this. On to the next one, another half double crochet. On to the next one, another half double crochet. You see, this formed a kind of like a shape of a tangent like this, a curve kind of. Yeah, that is what I wanted there to be. So make half double crochets in this row except the last chain. So I have made half double crochets over the row, and I'm left with the last chain. So in that, I'm going to do a double crochet just like this, and another double crochet onto the same chain like this. See, you can see the forming that this kind of shape that is here. That was the motive. And now I'm going to go on and tighten this up, and I'm going to chain 1 like this. I'm like going to insert, and then I'm going to cut the yarn here. I'm going to pull through. This is it. This is how it looks. I'm going to then stitch it all together here and here, just like this, above the chain here, and I'll meet you back when I'm done with this stitching part. Yep, I have stitched it together and this is how it looks. This is nice and fine now, but I still don't think that it is complete, so I am going to add some more white here, but I'm going to leave it for the later part. Now I'm going to work on my straps. So now finally we are going to work on our strap, and I'm going to use these two for my bag and 5mm crochet hook and this white yarn. So I'm going to take this and make a slip stitch around this, like this. Then I'm going to make one more stitch like this, again under, pull through and pull through too, like this, and one more, 1, 2 and 3. I have 3 stitches here, 1, 2 and 3, if you can see. Now I'm going to work on that. I'm going to weave in this with my work, this tail. I'm not going to chain one or anything like this to turn in to the second row. I am just going to go and insert my hook in the first chain like this, and okay, I'm going to weave in my tail with this. So yeah, and I'm going to make a single crochet like this, and onto this next, pull through and make a single crochet, and onto the next, pull through and make a single crochet, just like this. Now I'm not going to chain one, and just turn my work like this, insert my hook in the first chain and make a single crochet like this, onto this next one and make a single crochet, and onto this next one and make a single crochet like this. Just do the same, repeat the same process over and over until you get to the desired length of the strap. And here I have made the side strap of my bag, and it is about 45 inches long. This is how my side strap is going to be. So yeah, I'm going to finish it off with chain one, and I'm going to cut the yarn. Make sure that you leave a nice and long tail, because we are going to stitch this together with the what's metal ring, yeah, and this pull through. And here my side strap is completed like this. Now I'm going to take my metal ring and stitch it together with the other end like this. I'm going to use this crochet hook because I don't have a darning needle that is matching the size of this yarn, so I'm going to go on and do it with the crochet hook. So I'm going to insert my hook inside this ring, and with this yarn I'm going to pull through all, just like this, and one more time from the same loop I'm going to stitch it together like this. Make sure that your strap and the side needle is nicely intact with this side strap. Like this. Now I'm going to weave this in. Going to go all together at this end with this yarn. Right. Now I'm going to make a slip knot here to secure this stitching. Like this. It's all done. Now I'm going to weave this in and in this strap. So here it is. Here. Look, it is fine and it's not going to come out. Now I'm going to stitch this strap to my bag. So here's my bag and the strap. I'm going to place it over this part of my bag like this, and I'm going to stitch it together at this place right above this strap. So I'm going to use this white yarn to stitch it together. I think this would be enough to stitch these together. This is all I have. So I'm going to start off here. Place your strap at the right place. Like this is my place where I want it to be. And then I'm going to insert my hook just below this the end of this ring, and then I'm going to take my yarn and pull through like this. Then I'm going to insert my hook and pull my yarn through this like this. Then insert my hook onto this next chain and pull my yarn through it. Just this way. Then again, from this hoop, I'm going to get my yarn through like this, and into this next chain, I'm going to insert my hook, and then this yarn is going to come out here, like this. Now onto this hoop again, and pull through the yarn. Onto this next chain, I'm going to insert my hook and pull the yarn through. Like this. Now insert the hook, pull through, and pull through. So you see, this is intact nicely, and I'm going to do it one more time here, like this. It's all done and it's tight, and it's going to stay here in this place. It's not going to move and it's not going to come off. Now you are going to weave these ends together. I'm going to go in these to weave this tail off, and yeah, I'm going to do the same with the another end, and I'm going to stitch it together with this part right here like this, and I'll meet you back when I'm done with this. And here I have finally stitched both the straps, both the sides of the strap to my bag, and this is how it looks. This has nice and clean finish, and it is strong. It is going to hold my bag really good, tight. And now I need to work in this portion because I still have a feeling that it's not yet complete, and I don't like this plain side, so I have decided to add some white lining to this. So for this, I'm going to use this white yarn and attach a lining to this part. For that, I'm going to make chains, and this way. Now you see, I have made these chains, and as I put it around my bag, from here, just below the chain, and down, side by side, my pocket, like this, I have met the desired length like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this chains together with this part of my front pocket, just to enhance the looks of this pocket. So yeah, I'm going to do it, and I'll meet you back when I'm done with the stitching part. And here, finally, I have attached this lining to my front pockets, and this is how it looks. And yeah, finally, congratulations, you have your own crochet bag. And now you can decorate it with some accessories like keychains or anything, stickers and all that. Comment down below if you found this video helpful. Click share if you want your buddies to have a matching pair as yours, and please subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications bell for more such amazing videos. Till then, take care, love you, and bye bye.